5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
With Lindy Rigg. This is DNK podcast with Kim and Darrell. So just in case you were, confused.
You were going, are they
Anyways.
drunk or disorderly?
We are not drunk or disorderly. I promise you. Well, maybe a little disorderly.
Even though it is
but
5:04.
sober and disorderly.
Yeah, it's after 5, but we're not drunk.
Yeah, we're not drunk.
Sorry.
I am personally not
I am
drunk.
sorry to break the news to you.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyways, welcome into a Monday afternoon where we are definitely sober and a little bit disorderly. I am Kim. This is Darrell.
And today is March 30th, 2026. It's a Monday, your favorite day of the week.
Yeah, it's always my favorite day. Yeah, I think it's pretty much everybody here that's watching. I think it's their favorite day as well. So Congratulations, you're here on a Monday afternoon. Actually, at this point in time, really, I would think that you would agree that Monday work day is over. So congratulations. You have made it through.
For some people, unless you're working the late shift. If you are, well, maybe you're watching on your phone.
Yeah.
Or you're checking it out on YouTube, Facebook,
and
or
Twitter.
The live stream. And TWITTR. Plus, it's on my personal page and Get Unleashed. I just shared it everywhere.
And I have an announcement. From here on out, DNK podcast will not be on Rumble until we get some certain things straightened out. And the fact that we were having to post on our old show, SK Podcast channel, it till further notice, Rumble will not be available. So
yeah, and we might need to stick a thumbnail in there so it doesn't explain drunk and disorderly when people scroll by it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try my best to clip it out. I mean,
yeah,
if you see it, I will.
On my way over here, I heard an interesting take from a Democrat and a quote Republican, whatever that's considered now. We'll just say conservative. About Trump, that he's these decisions that he's making are political. Well, the actual person that was the freaking Democrat made more sense. They were like, well, it's not political for Trump because Trump doesn't do anything political. And then the Republican said, well, it's political because of the midterms. Well, here's the deal. Even if it is coming up on the midterms, all the things that Trump are doing is for the country, not for political reasons.
Right.
He never has. Why would he start today?
And one reason that I feel that is true is because if you look at his quote critics on our side, on the right, who are so upset about him going in and having an active war, all this stuff, if it was political, I don't think you'd be doing that. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think you would be doing that just for the mere fact that they would be upset and it would be all about their political future.
And let's get something else. He's not running for president again. Now, yes, we do have
want him to.
Well, I mean, I would love him to, but and the midterms are coming up. We all know that.
Yes.
And in history, it always flips. The House always flips, or the Senate, or both.
Yes.
We know that too. But Trump has a lot of tough decisions and tougher decisions that lie ahead in the next 2 weeks, because we're on like day 28, 29, and they said very clearly, if you would have listened, all the people that are wetting their pants, calm down. They said 4 to 6 weeks. Yes. Okay, are there troops being sent there? Yes. Are they in ground war, though? No. Will they be? I don't know. This, like Trump said, direct words from him on last night when he was stepping off the Air Force One. They're down to their like third different regime at this point. We've already taken out the first two, and now we're dealing with the gay Ayatollah, and we don't know what he will do.
He's still here.
Right.
I mean, from what I hear, it's a 50-50 chance that he's even still on this earth. So
we don't know yet, but what we can do is pray that he will protect this country and our military will, and thank them for it. Yes. And not talk bad about them because of it. Come on, people. Yeah. Come on. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand. And I mean, at some point today, we may play the video that I have loaded up of Senator Rubio that actually says what the key objectives, and this has never changed, the key objectives to Iran that they're fulfilling right now. And, because he points out so many people are confused about what the objectives are, and it's pretty simple. I mean, they basically want to take out their, highly trained military that is, basically its protection around creating this nuclear weapon.
Right.
Taking them out and taking out the factory that produces the parts for the weapon.
And maybe a little digging, but this would be something that's never done before, either by any country. We're talking high-level, high-tech military that only the United States has, period. No one else, including Israel. So, again, I laughed on my other show, and I'll laugh on this one, just like Lara Trump laughed on the nuption of President Trump was drugged into a war by another leader, or more than one leader, or one person. Ridiculous.
Tired of that.
He has never been dragged into anything. If anything, he drags people out of crap.
Exactly.
Okay. That's what he does.
And he brings people on board. He brings other nations on board, and they start realizing, oh, wait, his plan makes sense. Let's jump on board.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
and you cannot believe the lunatics out there like Robert De Niro, Bruce Springsteen. I even saw, unfortunately, Bon Jovi at that freaking ridiculous protest. I also saw a list at $295 million was spent on that by organizations, NGOs. So none of it is organic, except for mom and pop down the street from the from the retirement home, which they pay them to go pick them up for the day.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. They're bussed in. They're paid by other organizations. It's never a grassroots. And I mean, that is
Arabella, Soros, it's the Tides. The list goes on. There's a big list. Representative Anna Paula.
Yeah.
Look, she's awesome on that kind of stuff. Look on her stuff on X, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. She is not scared to call out the people that are paying for the propaganda.
Yeah.
And, 99%, they said, which blows my mind. of the propaganda that started on the quote right, Nick Fuentes, all that kind of stuff. 99% of that propaganda is paid for by other countries.
Yeah.
China, Russia, Iran, and a few more.
Yeah. I mean, whose enemies, whose enemy is theirs? They all have, a singular country whose enemy is theirs. That would be ours. So it's like you can even be completely out of the game and just look at that, and it if you go past that and think that this is organic in any type of way, you need to get checked.
You really
Seriously.
need to do just a tad bit. I mean, it wouldn't take anything really, one literal Google
Yeah.
of research.
Maybe a little bit. A little bit.
People don't change their opinions that fast anyway, unless there's money involved, clicks involved, which is money.
Right.
So,
exactly.
there's money involved, there's advertisers involved, there's lobby, whatever it is that's involved.
But I would like if our producer would find this video that I loaded. It is the pro America, pro USA, Iranian Americans who are for what's going on now in Iran. I mean, they marched on DC, and when you see the amount of people there, and those are Iranians. Those are people from Iran that got together. You can't hear it very well, but like, thank you, Donald Trump is what they're chanting. I mean, guess what? The news organizations, the drive-by media, they're not going to show this. They're not going to show it at all.
And we don't get to see Iran state TV.
Yeah. No, we don't. And that's
and they don't allow their own citizens to see our
it's banned.
Media. It is 100% banned.
Right.
And I wonder why, because the nonsense on MS Now over in NBC, God, these people over there can't stand Donald Trump. They want it left alone. No, they don't. They're miserable trying to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I saw so many. Guess it's raining.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I saw so many posts where videos just on the ground, people from Iran that's here.
Right.
That one of them was just funny, screaming at a white liberal woman was screaming at this lady for being for it. She at the time, I don't think she knew that this lady was from Iran. And she was like, I don't know if you understand this. I'm from Iran. And so you are protecting the regime that bans women from doing the most smallest thing, and only allowed to go out outside of only allowed to go out with their husband's permission. They have to go with 2 family members. They have to cover their heads. They can't drive. They don't have. And again, I have to remind people, this has only been like this. What happened to the Me Too
movement?
For like 40-something years.
Yeah. What happened to the Me Too movement? These people that so-called care about females, really?
Right. But I mean, I've already questioned that with the, allowing and trying to protest us taking men out of women's sports, which thank goodness that's finally happened. But now they're protesting so much against that. And I'm thinking, do you not think this would be the biggest patriarchal thing to do, is to take stuff like this away from actual real women?
Yeah, by real tyrants that run Iran. I mean, real tyrants.
Right.
I'm just waiting for any of these people to pack up and go.
Right, exactly.
Just pack up and go. And I will bet you will be right back real quick.
Right. So, producer, could you find the Marco Rubio video so we can actually see, you can actually hear what the actual objectives are? for
And
this
then we're
war.
going to talk
It's
a little bit about
operational,
Rubio.
okay, and that's what this is. It's about very specific objectives. The president laid them out on the first night of the operation. I'll repeat them to you now because I hear a lot of talk about we don't know what the clear objectives are. Here they are. You should write them down. Number 1, the destruction of their Air Force. Number 2, the destruction of their Navy. Number 3, the severe diminishing of their missile launching capability. And number 4, the destruction of their factories so they can't make more missiles and more drones to threaten us in the future. All of this so that they can never hide behind it to acquire a nuclear weapon. That was our objective from the beginning. That remains our objective now. We are on pace and, in fact, ahead of schedule on some of those things. And we are going to achieve those things in a number of weeks, not in a number of months.
Yeah, weeks.
Yep. Weeks, which they're still on track for what they originally said.
Absolutely.
They're still on track. And I mean, again, the way Trump has got this military moving and how fast he can get stuff done. I mean, to me, I just, take pride in the way that the Venezuela, Maduro, getting him out, no one was hurt, no shots fired. They just took him out. Gone. He's gone from there. He is no longer a threat in Venezuela. That was like the easiest. I mean, just you woke up one day and it was done.
I do think that Marco Rubio has the most common sense of anybody that we've had in that position.
Oh, yeah.
In decades. Anyone.
Yes.
He has real common sense, real goals, real leadership goals that he meets those leadership goals, and a real team to back him.
Yeah.
And a president that backs him, of course.
It's called backbone.
And a VP that backs him, of course.
It's backbone.
And he's got the backbone, and he just deals with the facts, man.
Right.
Instead of trying to make everything in the world racial or everything in the world, blah, blah, blah,
ideological,
Yeah, he doesn't do that. But he does stand firm on his Christian beliefs, and he stands firm on, and he came from another country.
He did.
Okay?
Exactly.
But he stands firm on our border security, and he always has. Always. Nobody can say anything that he hadn't.
Yeah.
He's never been wishy-washy on those kind of things.
Yeah.
And once he made it to that position, which I think was an excellent pick, I mean, heck, he could go on to be the president. We don't know. We really don't at this point. I think he either one of them could handle it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just really believe that.
Now, is he a naturally born citizen?
That I'm not positive.
That would be the only hindrance.
Right.
But I mean, again, I still would love to see a ticket where, let's just say Vance Rubio 2026.
He must be, because I've heard people talk to him about it. So he might. I mean, I know his parents weren't, but I do believe he might be, actually.
Might be. Okay. Which would be great.
Which, but he could handle any of those positions, really.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that he's currently in, for sure. He's proved his point. He's solid. He's got backbone. He backs the Trump agenda.
Yes.
Isn't that smart? That's
we just need more of like our senators to actually get on board.
Correct.
With that. That's where we're lacking.
We're lacking over in Mississippi. I mean, we have the Roger Wicker do nothing dude.
Yeah, and
Cindy Hyde Smith, maybe not. I mean, she'll. It's an election cycle for her, so she'll do it just for that reason.
And that's the sad part. That is such a sad part. That is a sad excuse.
And I can't speak for her totally. I mean, maybe she does want to do the right thing. I don't know. But from Roger Wicker, we know that he is. I'm not real sure what's wrong with him or what holds him up. He must have a lot of deals working with Democrats, because he never.
Well, some of his connections
never follows through.
Some of his connections that you can actually just find by just looking it up is.
And he's on that department that deals with war.
Yes. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
But I mean, it's the war contracts.
But
look
he's
into the war
he's
contracts.
more of a Lindsey Graham type.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Except for.
I think it's worse. to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, Lindsey Graham's more of a warmonger than anybody in the world, but I think Rogers is the same as him when it comes to. But at least Lindsey Graham will go along with
Things like this. I know, to me,
the program.
Roger Wicker is, you may get him 9 times out of 10, he's not going to vote for his agenda. Every once in a while, he surprises me, like, oh, wow, he voted for that, which is a part of Trump's agenda. But it's not every time, and it's not even half the time.
Exactly.
Why did we vote for you? Why did we vote to put them in?
And I know we've talked about this, but I definitely wanted to bring it up because I want answers. I mean, even if we have to push our governor, Tate Reeves, whoever, why is it? I still can't get a solid answer from anybody that Mississippi is one of only 14 states where they count the votes 5 days after election night.
Right.
Nobody can answer that for me.
And I don't understand why this is 2020 messed up so many things.
Well, I mean, look,
2020,
James O'Keefe and all them, they sued.
Yes.
And they're gonna hopefully get this changed, but why? My question is, why do we do that?
Why do we? And
why does any state do it?
There's no reason. To me, even during 2020, there was no reason to. But after 2020, that seems to be just, oh, well, how are older people going to go vote? And what happens if you miss the date to do such and such?
The same way they always did. It's
always been the same rule. Why have we ever changed it? You want to vote? Make sure you get up there, to your polling place on voting day during the hours that you're supposed to get there. If it's an absentee, voted on time, cast it on time to make sure that it gets there. The military, same thing. They go through, they have a process, and their votes get here before election day. So therefore their votes count because it's there already. You're not waiting for them. There is no reason to do it past election day. None.
Right.
None.
And honestly, I think Tate Reeves has been a good governor. That's why I'm saying, I'm not screaming at you. We just want to know why. Why is that in this state? If it came from COVID, okay, then why didn't it go back to normal the year after COVID?
And as proud as I am of the way, at least at the end of COVID, that he handled things.
He did a good job. And remember,
so therefore, there is zero reason.
He just became governor when it happened.
Well, I mean, yeah, I kind of gave him a little bit of leeway there at the beginning. I thought it got a little out of hand, but I mean, he was also dealing with, Department of Health director. I forget president. I can't. Anyways,
Thomas, whatever.
Yeah. So he was dealing with somebody that was already feeding him wrong information. I get that. And I think he turned it around. Yeah. Dobbs.
Yeah. Thomas Dobbs.
But he turned it around, and I was very proud of him. Okay. So for that fact, there was no reason to change any policies here. Oh, I must say though, just to add in a little comical note, our local news station, I think it may have been WJTV, was talking about there's a brand new COVID strain, by the way.
Oh, I know. I see
the
it.
Cicada strain, which I'm just laughing my butt. Like, seriously, at this point, I feel like a satire. Everybody underneath that post, this is not a conservative news site. Everyone under that post is like, what is this? Is midterm election, virus going around? Because that it always seems to rear its ugly head right about this time.
Saw some good news about Mississippi. A new report out of Michigan, of all places. They need to follow Mississippi's lead on reading in class in school. Because Mississippi went to the bottom straight up nationally.
Yeah.
Took a while after Tate Reeves was elected. He had a lot to do with it. I have to give him credit where credit's due. The new COVID strain just in time for the midterms.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in time. Just in time.
Anyway, remember, listen, I know we've talked about this hundreds of times, and we will probably talk about it and discuss it for the rest of our entire life. And that's not a joke, because
No,
it did
it's very
change the
much
whole
true.
world. It did change the whole world. But there's just a reminder out there that I posted it for everybody yesterday. The people who are against voter ID are the same ones that wanted you to show vaccine papers to go to a concert.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Same people. Remember that.
Well, that was the other part of the story with the new cicada strain, is that it may and studies show that it has a that it can go around even like the vaccine.
I saw that.
Vaccine, you know, you getting a vaccine doesn't matter with this one. Well, by the way, it didn't matter with the other one, but
Right.
It's just kind of funny. I'm sitting there like, this is why you don't go get those things. And that's the part I don't want to replay 2020. I don't want any kind of, every time I think back on those times, I kind of get depressed. I actually did go through a slight depression, by the way, just because of how everything was.
It was insane.
It was insane. People
And
were
if
insane.
anybody needs to be protesting a king, it would be Dr. Anthony Fauci, because he
Have we
shut
heard his name
down
lately?
this country.
I want to know.
He did. Between him and William the sexual predator Gates.
Yes. And then
And none of these people, not one of them, have been jailed.
no, that's my point. I have not heard in any of the groups. I haven't even heard Fauci's name come up anymore. And I'm like, y'all realize we're still have repercussions
Absolutely.
of what they've done. We're still going through repercussions, and they have not been held accountable for what they did.
They have
None.
not. They still, and Dr. Fauci's done it more than once and still hasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was not the first time. I mean, if anybody remembers,
Yeah.
he's the one that wanted to claim that you could get the AIDS virus through airborne. It was
That's
an airborne
right.
illness, which meant
That's
if you got
right.
around anybody with AIDS, you could catch it.
Yeah.
Imagine the repercussions from that. I may have been alive, but I was very, very young. But I from hearing about it, because of course through 2020, heard about it because people were going, "Hey, wait, that name sounds familiar," and again, not brought to for either one of them.
Yeah.
You literally were telling people to be careful of people that had AIDS and to not be around them.
Right. And that was also highly controversial because he was talking bad about gay people.
Exactly. And
but
number two,
yet they're the ones, for some reason, the liberals anyway, that jumped on the train of shutting down the entire country. No, actually the world, basically.
Yeah, it really was the world. And they went off of that and, the WHO and their findings.
Lunatics, right.
And of course, one person out of that whole thread of comments on the of the new strain, only one person was, somebody had mentioned, yeah, go back and watch, the CDC and the WHO, they're going to tell you how to beat this virus too. And of course it was like in quotes. And somebody said, well, yes, because those organizations want to prevent diseases and, nobody wants to listen to science anymore. And I'm like, you mean the science that says herd immunity would have fixed this in the first place? That our natural immune system is built to fight this.
Think about the amount of money Dr. Anthony Fauci made off of that scam.
Oh, huge. Plus all the deals, book deals, he had a couple documentaries. He definitely got huge notoriety. And I cannot remember this lady's name, but she came out with a documentary about working with him at one point and how much he would hide from other things. So if you go digging, you will find other things with him.
Just like Gates.
Like Gates.
You'll find a lot of stuff about him.
Again, why is he? I mean, it's on the list of people why they're not even being prosecuted.
Sometime soon, I don't know an exact day, but we're going to get Bob on this show to talk about the next ecosystem and the MCA, what also known as Mississippi Coding. He had sent me some stuff that he wanted to talk about. And the cool thing is me and him had a long conversation. And
could we pull up the coding ad?
Well, next is the workforce right now. The workforce, if you have that, ladies and gentlemen, especially young people, but not just old people or young people, all people, even older people, oldies like me, they have 4 pillars over there, and all those pillars are super important, and all of them are age-based tech pathways from 3 to 6 years old all the way.
Wow.
I mean, because listen, we might be going, what do you mean by 3 to 6 year old? Ladies and gentlemen, AI is here. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is taking over everything in front of your face. You know, they also have programs. One of their pillars is the K through 12 teacher training program.
Oh, wow.
They got all this stuff. They have Building the Next Generation Together program, all this kind of stuff. So, yes, years back, you know, software development and learning software and IT, it was big. It's still big. But all this other stuff is bam. It's there now. On top of all that, the artificial intelligence, aka AI, is insane now. So check out MS Coding. They'll help you get a career kicked off. They have courses anywhere from, I don't know, like 8 weeks to, you know, whatever.
So I mean, it's got a lot that you can do, and it's all free.
Yeah, well, it's all grant-based program, obviously, which means no moolah.
Exactly.
So go to mscoding.org and check that out. But we're gonna get him on here. He talks way above me, obviously.
Yeah,
but he's going to rein it in an umbrella that kind of techie talk. Frank
explain it to me like I'm a kindergartner, because I am.
Right. Frank the Tank, the
dictator. Yeah, he's probably going to know.
He would probably be a good one to get in on that conversation.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. That sounds.
Anyway. So, yeah, that and the fact that I just can't say Fauci's name anymore. I'm tired of talking about him.
Oh, God. I heard his name way too much. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, anytime my brain goes back to 2020, there's not a lot of stuff about that period of time besides personal stuff.
There's not a lot of stuff you want to remember.
Yeah, I don't want to, but at the same time, I want people to remember how it happened and not to get sucked in the next time. This is why headlines like what I read with the new strain that's coming out, and I'm thinking, we already knew that there were going to be breakoffs, and the breakoffs of the original COVID virus is less and less lethal, because it's like the 3rd and 4th and 5th generation. It's not as lethal as the first one anyways.
Well, that and the fact that they always do this.
They always.
Every year there's a new Omicron variant of the.
No, I can't remember all the names.
Yeah, me either.
They're different names. And it's just supposed to notice. I mean, cicada. I kind of laughed at the cicada because it's supposed to put fear into you. I mean, obviously, this is fear mongering. Why would you name it that? You know, it's, you know, oh, something spooky and scary and loud that comes from the earth and rises up.
It's just like a Netflix producer. They name something creepy
to get you all in your
scared
feels.
And all.
Yeah.
You also have something where he's become one of my favorites, actually, where Representative Tim Burkett.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a video with him.
Talking about lawmakers that are now finally talking about replacing John Thune.
Yes.
After that late night DHS deal. I've seen a lot of videos of people like him and more people, surprisingly, slipping through the airport and getting the hell out of there in the middle of the night.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
Hey, do we have that video? It may be down towards the end.
Yeah, it's wrong.
On my list.
They passed that deal
next week. I'm going to get this out.
2:26 a.m. cut a deal with Schumer.
Within the next hour or so,
Not
what's
that
known
one.
as a pro forma session, basically
this
a
is,
brief
one.
Exactly why people don't trust Congress, though.
Yeah,
This is exactly why.
exactly.
Because Ashley is talking to Tim Burkett about all this.
Do you think that Thune made a big mistake here?
I think he made a huge mistake, ma'am. 83% of the population supports President Trump at Save America Act, which they should. He ignores that. He and you as a member of the media ought to be disgusted at the fact they passed that thing at 2:25 in the morning and left all the other senators kind of hanging. All he had to do is have 5 of his cronies on the floor. He cuts a deal with Schumer. Obviously, the leadership in the Senate, and that's on both sides of the aisle, has a real disgust for this president and House leadership because they didn't even have the guts to call Speaker Mike Johnson and let him know what happened. The whole deal of, the stereotype of Congress is, and it's well deserved, is that we pass stuff in the dark of night because we don't have any guts, and that's clearly what's shown in the Senate leadership. I think they need to get some new leadership over there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion too.
Time to oust Thune.
And right now, by the way, don't talk about it for 2 or 3 months and raise campaign ads to say, "Oh yeah, we believe to replace the leadership." And stop showboating.
Yeah,
Stop showboating.
just oust him. Vote in a
Do it.
new Senate majority leader that represents Donald Trump's agenda.
I was not for him in the first place. When I heard that he won Senate majority leader, I'm just like,
I know
it's
you
not
want.
going to be good.
We talked about it a lot of
Yeah,
times,
It's not going to be good. So,
but it seemed he's a faker.
he played the game really well.
He did play the game.
He said all the right things.
He's
right?
compromised now, though, in my opinion.
Come on, can we not? It's like, trying to run a car that you change out 3 of the tires, but the 4th tire just don't want to roll, and then you finally change that one out, and then the first tire just don't want to roll, and so you constantly trying to drag this car down the road. Can we just not get all 4 tires to work at the same time? I mean, so we can get this going. This is just ridiculous.
And clip this up, please.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a democracy whatsoever in D.C.
Yeah.
If we cannot pass a bill that over 83% of the United citizens won't pass, if we don't
That's
have,
sad.
we have no democracy.
And this goes over party lines. This is not like a Republican
Oh,
versus
no.
Democrat.
No.
This is not all white people, and you're not understanding that black people can't get IDs, or you're not understanding that women can get IDs even after they're married. They think that we're stupid. They think that we're all stupid. That's the part that bugs me the most.
Yep. And many times over the history of this country, these dark room in the middle of the night deals are unacceptable. And the reason why is because one always happens, and it is a big deal when that happens. Anything done this way is immediately suspect anyway. I mean,
this is where I'm still a kindergartner when it comes to procedures and rules. But doing something at 3 o'clock in the morning,
whatever,
2 o'clock in the morning, to me, that just doesn't feel like it should have been allowed to happen. It should be during a business day when all the senators are there. I would think that would be when you bring up bills to pass and all this kind of stuff, unless there's an emergency and everyone else is called to come there for an emergency.
Yep.
That's the part that gets me. It doesn't feel like it should. It makes it seem so suspicious.
It needs to be Mike Lee.
It does need to be Mike Lee. I would hope that it would be Mike Lee, because he is definitely the only one.
More rhinos.
Yes, please. No more rhinos.
We've
and
been
everybody,
saying this for
I don't care
10
if you're
years.
a rhino or not, get on board. We want Mike Lee.
We've been saying it for 10 years. No more rhinos, but it happens still.
Because we still have a machine that's involved. This is the
And
part you got to break the machine.
Their little beach trips and their little vacations were priority over the American people again.
And I
again,
saw somebody had a picture of Lindsey Graham. And I don't know how true this picture is, but it
I
sounds
saw that. I did.
Lindsey Graham at Magic Kingdom with bubble
Disneyland,
wand.
Disney World.
Yeah, with the bubble. And that's where I'm like, okay, it may be a little suspect, but I wouldn't be
doubt it.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. That's
And
all.
5 senators voting claimed to be unanimous. What a farce. Foolish.
Yeah, very
I
foolish.
mean, stand up, grow a pair.
Thune, right there, it's like you literally got your fingerprint on this fishy item here. And so it should be right now as we're speaking, they should be convening in the Senate to replace him. Right now. The American people, the majority that voted Trump in, the ones that want his agenda, want Thune gone. Look at the polls if you want to talk about polls.
Well, a lot of
we
people
ain't very happy with
a lot of people don't want to talk about this, and I don't talk about it enough. But TDS, there's still TDS in the Republican Party as well.
Oh, for sure.
And that's unfortunate because this is blatant, outright madness not to pass something that over 80% of everyone wants.
Right, exactly. And I mean, our quote MAGA Republican senators, because they wanted to wave the MAGA flag whenever they wanted to get elected. If you look at the polling, 100% of the MAGA base supports it. 100%. The one that you ran on and held on by the coattails to get elected.
Yeah, I agree. I also agree that, and I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think I heard it on the way over here. If I'm wrong, I'm trying, guys. Sorry. But I do believe it only takes 27 GOP senators to remove him and replace him.
That's not very many.
With someone that doesn't hate this country.
It seems like it should be pretty simple because we need to go ahead and put Mike Lee's name in there to replace him. Yeah. Go ahead and do that, and then see how many votes you got.
Well, even if it's 27 or whatever the number is, they still need to get rid of him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got to happen.
Because there's no way. It's basically like having a Mitch McConnell, only younger. It's like having a younger Mitch McConnell. What did we get rid of Mitch McConnell for? Just to get Thune, who's like a younger version of him. And I don't even know, in my opinion, which one's worse.
The entire Republican Senate is responsible for this, so they need to get on it.
They do.
I mean, they need to get on it now.
Don't talk about it. Do it. Do it. Action. Just coming together and trying to get this done, successful or not, will put way more, hope in my heart that we're going to go somewhere.
I think it's also something that I was just reading, that there's something to do where it would only take 5 to get his removal. I'm not sure how that part works.
5?
That would be a frank question you can talk about tomorrow morning.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that in the morning. I'm sure I'll know later.
Yeah, I'm not on that actual math stuff. I'm good at math, but I just don't understand the process. Like Chad, what's his name? That's always figuring out all the numbers.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his last name.
He's really good at that part. I mean, there's nobody better, actually.
He's on a lot of news stations. I know who you're talking about.
But
that guy.
And then again, someone just commented and said, that's nice and all. Reps calling for Thune to be removed, but we need 5 senators to do it.
Okay. Whether we need 5 or 25 or 26.
I'm pretty sure 5 of the ones that are questionable are what they're talking about. They need probably those 5. You know, those Mitch McConnell type people.
Yeah. But all I know is I feel as if, and maybe I'm wrong, I could be 100% wrong, because I'm having to go through all of our Republican senators in my head, but I feel like we could at least come up with
Well, I mean,
25,
we have a
26 that
lot
would
of
be on
yeah. I
board
mean,
with
don't
that.
let our conversation fool you guys out there. We do have a lot of good, strong younger senators that are way on board with Trump.
Oh yeah,
But then we have a lot of these old rhinos,
because it's
aka
how many
Mitch
votes you
McConnell,
need, right?
Lisa, what's her name,
Yes.
and Thune, and
Yeah.
and a couple more, obviously.
Yeah.
They're too old anyway. That's why there need to be term limits. They're
Needs to
too
be.
old.
Or just like age cognitive test tests. Because you got people like Chuck Grassley in there. I'm sorry, but like he hobbles up like he's in a retirement
I
home.
mean, he
can hardly
literally
speak 2
is
words.
like 88 years old.
And he can hardly speak 2 words. Like it's not necessarily the age, it's the cognitivity of them. Can you not only reason and rationalize things, can you speak a coherent sentence?
Yeah.
That's the point. These are not, because you got to think about this. We have other countries that look at our leadership and they're looking at people like that.
Yeah. And here's a message from Doug Lundy. What's up, Doug? Until Rick Scott censures leader John Thune, I think that's part of it too. Wait, let's see. Until Rick Scott censures leader John Thune, I guess it won't happen. He needs to be censored. But I know Rick Scott's
only one person that.
Yeah, I mean, I know Rick Scott is definitely on board with it.
That kind of system, just like,
yeah.
I think our founders thought we wouldn't have this many.
No.
This many that would fight against the will of the American people. I have a feeling that they didn't think that there was going to be this many that they would have to worry about that. Because
somebody
can't just be one person.
Somebody on another post, which is hilarious. I can't pronounce their name, but it is true. On all the TV talk shows, I even saw it this weekend. They're all talking about it. Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. But when it comes down to it, they don't do it.
They don't do it.
They don't actually do it.
Oh my gosh. That is one of the things. I mean, it's that fatigue of we're going to do this, and you get together. You're like, oh yeah, they said they're going to do it. And you're sitting there getting all anxious and excited about it. And just, it's like you keep your engine revved and you're just like, are we going, guys? Are we going to do it? When are we going to pull the plug? Let's go.
And you got people like Tommy Tuberville, which I really like as a coach and as a senator. He's ready.
Let's do this.
But then again, what's that other weak guy from John Cornyn? He's weak.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And he was just not so long ago a Trump hater. Now he's trying to lick Trump's feet because he's running.
Again, look at what, if you've heard something negative about somebody, look and see if they're about to have an election come up, if they're all of a sudden changing their tune. That's why, though, we have to do better in primaries. We got to be picking people that are winnable and that can
to do that. We got to get over 17% out to vote in this state. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But we need to start. It's all like, it's not one or the other. It's all of it. All of it has to happen. And I mean, we all have to take accountability to be pushing people to do that. Every one of us, everybody that's listening to us right now, you have the ability to do this. Hey, by the way, we have had some people find our YouTube and our Facebook.
Great.
Friend Philip says hello from YouTube. And our friend, our good friend, Chris or Monumental says, what's up, y'all? And of course, I love the fact that Chris always has like a good array of comments throughout the show. Sometimes I look and it's just like, oh, Chris, I love it. I love having conversations with you guys. So at least since he's posted so many times, I have to at least shout out a couple of these. Now, this wasn't supposed to do that. So he does say, it's funny how conservatives are always accused of worshiping Trump, but we were also refused the We also refused the vaccine so greatly while they were touting COVID. Kind of what you said right there, that, it's like they're sitting there calling him a tyrant, but then they're the ones going, you must take this vaccine or you can't. Some of it was even going into grocery stores in some places. It's like you telling people they can't get food unless they've been vaccinated. And again, they're not your doctor. Some of the doctors were telling people, no, you can't get this vaccine. It's going to harm you. But no, you got to get this vaccine or you can't do daily tasks. I don't get that at all. But anyways.
But again, it's all about power. And they're the tyrants.
They are.
That's what it is.
They are the tyrants. They really are, because they scream and cry whenever they don't get their way. We had to deal with it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Granted, we weren't silent. Now, I'm not saying we were silent, but we did not try to subvert, again, just like Frank usually says, elections have consequences. Even if it was cheated on. I mean, apparently we're not going to take up cases where there was heavy cheating and could have overturned the election. But again, we're law abiding. We go by the Constitution, and there are certain avenues that needed to be gone down. I mean, we're finding this out now, but it's so crazy that we're finding this out like 5-6 years later. But again, we're going to be right in the end.
So, Jason Aldean. Good for him. By the way, I know he's playing at the Brandon Amphitheater coming up sometime. So you should probably go see him just because of this. But there's a little breaking news. He was on the set. These late night TV shows like that really big dummy Jimmy Kimmel, and then the guy that's dumber than him, Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
They film like 2 or 3 of those in one day usually, or they just do one, but they do it at like maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. But it airs at 11 p.m. or whatever, depending on what time zone you're in. Jason Aldean walked off the set of Late Night with Stephen Colbert before playing a single note.
Yeah.
After Stephen Colbert tried to humiliate him in front of the entire audience by saying this, quote, Colbert was introducing him, and then he made a statement about, quote, forgiving him for supporting Donald Trump.
Oh, I'm sure he feels so much better and has so much relief.
But guess what Jason Aldean did? He walked the hell off and didn't play a single note. Good for him.
Good job.
Good for him. This is how these fruit cakes need to be treated. Yes. That's what everybody ought to do.
Exactly. Like, who do you think you are? I mean, again, I can say so many quotes that just him alone that he has said, where he feels as if he is over and above, the average person. I'm like, you are no better. In fact, I could probably make some arguments that there's a lot of better people than you are.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, there's even better leftist people than he is. I mean, I hate to even say that, but he's just downright nasty.
Nasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just nasty.
Again, though, you look at the ratings that they had 5 or so years ago versus what they have now. Their ratings suck, and I don't understand how they're still on air, to be honest with you.
I think Colbert, this is his last season, remember? With CBS, anyway. Scott Jennings, who keeps it real on CNN, I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He said his favorite part of the No King rallies were all these white liberal boomers, like most people's parents' age. They literally have no idea how racist they sound when they're answering these questions because they just don't get it.
They don't get it.
I mean, they don't understand what's going on, unfortunately. They think this is the hippie movement from the Jane Fonda, Easy Riders, Jimi Hendrix days.
Which means they are not
clued in.
They're not in the know of what's going on now. And I mean, somebody's kids or grandkids needs to come pick up their their grandparents and take them back to the retirement home because they're making fools of themselves. Same way I felt about Biden. So
Yeah, I mean, same thing.
Take them back to the retirement home. They're making themselves look like fools.
And I mean, if you really want to dig into it, you can rewind this part. Arabella, I'm not sure exactly what the hell they even do. $79 million they paid for protesters. Warren Buffett,
That
$16 million.
really.
Ford Motor Company, $51 million.
What did they have?
Rockefeller Foundation,
Well,
$26 million.
Understand that. I mean, just
George Soros Open Society,
wow, I'm surprised.
$72 million. The Tides Corporation, $45 million.
Again.
Just that alone equals to $487,000. So $487,000 was spent for cuckoos to paint their face, act like clowns, look like fools, cuss, get nasty, break things, completely ruin beautiful city streets. For what? For what?
And I contrast
And
that.
you know what I love, though? After they did all of that, Donald J. Trump is still their president and mine.
Somebody said, I don't know where this was, but
And
some
he's not their
patriot-
king.
Some patriot flew one of those banner
I saw
airplanes,
that too.
and it says,
He's your daddy.
he's not a king. He's your daddy.
He's your daddy.
I was like,
But
that's right. Daddy's in charge. And I mean, you just pitching a fit. But I contrast this, though. I contrast this with the Stop the Steal movement, you know, back in 2019 or 2020, I'm sorry, where it was clearly grassroots. We had, you know, they had caravans that were going to, you know, hey, we all pitch in. We're going to rent out this charter bus. It was actual people pulling money out of their pockets and spending money getting hotel rooms themselves. You did not have corporations and big foundations that were paying for any of this stuff. You had people coming, and notice how many people that were there, you know, notice how many people. And that was not done by all of these, you know, people that want to be puppet masters. That's what I call it.
well, I am glad before we get out of here to talk about one new thing, which is that new anti-fraud with JD Vance and all of them heading it up, Scott Bassett, all that. It
Mhm.
started today.
Yes.
So all you criminals out there, get ready. They're coming looking for you. Be on alert. They use AI as well.
Yes.
Be on alert. You steal our taxpayer dollars. All you fools out there that get assistance illegally, you're stealing our money.
Yes.
I don't really know anybody, whether they're a Democrat or Republican, that would want you stealing their money. I don't.
No. I mean, with that, just look this up. I'm not going to play the video. Nick Shirley has a new video
He
exposing new fraud.
Yes.
This time as a hospice. So, you know, when you're actually thinking about wanting to get your loved one
Join a
into
business
hospice
partner right here. His
facility,
name's Darren,
this is
and
what you
we're
got.
here outside the Hospice Consultants, and we would like to start our own hospice today. We're just two young men who want to become millionaires here inside the United States, and it seems like the only way to do it nowadays is by committing fraud. So we're going to go in and see if we can start our own hospice. Are you guys the Hospice Consultants?
Yes.
Oh, can we talk to you guys?
About?
I want to open my hospice.
You want to open a hospice?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your name?
My name's Nick, but I want to open up a hospice.
I understand, but we don't take care of that.
Can I get some information?
Do you want a number?
Yeah, or give me a flyer or something. And this is the Hospice Consultant.
Yes. Not only hospice.
All right, so they say they're open right now. They won't let us into the lobby. This is no way to conduct business. We are two entrepreneurs trying to open up our own hospice.
Soaked to the bone right now.
We were denied service by the potential fraudsters, and as we were leaving, one of the fraudsters started to leave from the back in a $200,000 Maybach.
We have a Mercedes-Benz driving out. Where can we open a hospice at? We'd like to open up a hospice.
That dude's like,
Get a Maybach just like you. So this how I can get a Maybach by opening up my own hospice?
Now, after seeing all the wealth that is being created,
Yeah, Bob.
oh my God, man, these people and some of these hospice companies in Los Angeles area that he has busted over the last week or two, they all of a sudden disappeared.
Oh wow.
But
Oh, but there were real places, I promise.
Oh, I know there were real places. Not really.
Not really.
They were real buildings.
Yeah, those are. I mean, they're not like
definitely real buildings.
Paper mache or anything. I mean, they were real buildings.
But it's so obvious that the fraud there that's going on with the fraudsters is like, really?
Yeah, it's open, but the door's locked and you can't get in.
It's the same thing as the daycare stuff.
For real.
That's the same thing as the daycare stuff. So y'all go out and vote for Steve Hilton in California. Get rid of Gavin Newsom. Steve Hilton will bring y'all some peace. Steve Hilton is the man. He's always been a cool cat. I hope he freaking slams Gavin Newsom. So
me too.
That's what I got for California. I don't live there anymore and wouldn't. But if I did, I'd vote for Steve Hilton.
Yes. So. We're voting from Mississippi for Steve. Not actually, but just in our thoughts.
Right, exactly.
All right. Well, this has been fun catching up.
It's been fun. It's been real fun. And it's still Monday, March 30th, Kim.
That's right.
So we're coming up on April Fool's Day. I'm not sure what they're going to do around here, so I have to be careful.
Got to be real careful.
Real
anyway, see you next week.
Later.
Later.